welcome, Wargamer. Thank you all for your time. I believe my recording has started. Yes, it has. I'm so good with computers. So, campaign 4. Exciting. Want to start with a very general question to the group. Yes, love it. I want to ask you all about the kind of themes that campaign 4 and its characters are going to be exploring.
There's a lot.
Look at everybody jumping at once.
I know.
Brennan, you talk.
I should start with Brennan.
Yeah.
Enchantment Under the Sea. No, that's from. I think that it's a great question, and I think that what's exciting about it is that everyone has not only the things that they're bringing with their own characters to explore here, but ultimately, I forget who said it. There's a great writing teacher that talked about themes emerge naturally from the work. Like we're playing to find out what the themes are going to be. Because that's that's why we do this kind of wild collaborative storytelling where we surrender control. I think in terms of themes that I brought in order to have a set table for people when they got there, so you don't show up and go, what do you guys want to play? Sort of showing up to have something a little bit more there was a big love letter to Exandria. And I think a lot of setting the world of Ahriman as having a relationship to this sort of within living memory, but still quite a long time ago, war against the gods where the gods were struck down. As campaign 3 was wrapping up, I was talking to Matt saying, let me know what way it looks like campaign 3 is going to break so that we can do a reflection or a mirror of those choices and that world somewhere else. So I think the idea of, themes of divinity and big questions, themes of how we rise above, how we emerge triumphant from the ashes of these struggles between good and evil, and maybe sadly from time to time how we survive those struggles merely to face them again from a different source than perhaps we had anticipated as we see a new shadow looming over Ahriman. So that's a theme.
That was the most epic answer you could have possibly given. All of us are now going to hang up and just retire for the day.
I think you guys got this. Yeah.
That's the interview. I feel like everybody in the stuff that I have been taking part in so far and seen, everyone is exploring who we are and who we will be in the face of massive societal change, both in relation to the somewhat distant loss of the gods that this world has known, and then right in the present, right at the start here, at the loss of a very important figure in everyone's lives in this campaign.
Yeah.
Two massive changes on the macro and the micro level, and then what are we going to be as we pick up the pieces?
Yeah.
That is something that I think will resonate with a lot of people. It's a pretty timeless theme, but I think we're definitely in a world where everyone is going through some sort of change, whether it be big or small. I think that's gonna.
What did I also say when we were first doing character creation? I said swords, family, death, magic, kissing was also.
Yeah.
If you want a really straightforward answer, there's also that. Yeah.
Brendan, you've just ruined my plans for my next D&D game. All my players are going to see this.
Great. Now I have to come up with a new title for my novel.
Amazing. So I will jump to another question then. I really want to talk about the fact this is a West Marches campaign, because that to me is super exciting. The scale of this is immense. You've got so many fantastic people involved. I wanted to ask, are you all going to be separate for the whole campaign? Will we see crossover? How is it going to be managed as the campaign goes on? Or is that spoiler?
I don't know how much I'm allowed to say.
I'm so done with Sam Riegel. I just please keep him at another table to the very end, please.
I look forward to missing all of you. I'd like to miss you.
Oh, that is nice.
There we are.
I think it's been established that there is going to be separate tables, and then there's going to be, as it unfolds, a mixing and matching that'll continue to happen. I think that's already been shared somewhere.
Yes, very much so. And I think, too, I can say as a personal ambition of mine, I would love by the end of campaign 4 to have had everybody share a smaller and intimate adventure with everybody else at the table at least one time. I think that would be, I've referred to that as kaleidoscoping, where it's like you have a kaleidoscope, all these like beautiful gems that you're kind of intermingling and watching them, converge and rescatter and converge and rescatter. So I don't know. I can't say with certainty that that's going to happen, but I think that's a fun personal ambition. I think that would be really cool.
Fingers crossed. I look forward to that then. I've started with the macro, the big questions, but I want to go smaller next. So I would love everybody, or anybody who feels like it, to tell me a little fact about your character that might not be obvious when we first meet them in episode 1.
Ooh.
Well, I can jump in with something. Really just kind of going off of what Brennan just explained with this kaleidoscope thing. Having a table like what we have really does give you the opportunity to interact with very different types of people and different types of characters. And I think something that I'm discovering even for Azune along the way is this kind of version of a kaleidoscope, how different he actually is depending on who he's in the presence of. There is a lot to be said when you have such distinct people available to you and what that kind of brings out in you. So I think that's something that I'm discovering myself even with what we've done so far. And I'm now really excited to see how that continues to unfold. Depending on who he's in the presence of, I think is going to affect a lot of how he evolves.
I am so excited for Tal's and Ashley's character. I think they have so much going on. I'm so excited to learn more about them. For me, I know something that's been said a lot by my friends during interviews is that Tyranny, my character, is super chaotic, which I absolutely rock with. But what I'm excited for people to learn down the line and after we've had a chance to breathe for a little bit is that she's quite tender. I'm dumping a lot of my sensitivity into her. And I had a funny conversation with Taliesin when we were talking about our characters and just sort of like what we're working through, because a lot of the time we treat acting like therapy. And Taliesin was like, I think I don't know at the time until years later what I was going through and what I was working towards and working through. So I'm excited to find out what I was going through 3 years from now.
Only your therapist knows. Really, in the end, they're on board before you are.
Yeah.
The floor is open to anyone else who wants to tell us a little fact about yourself in your character form, of course.
Ooh.
Trying to think what's safe to talk about.
Me too. I've thought of a couple and I'm like, oh, I can't say that. I can't say that. I will say, tagging on when we were talking about the West Marches campaign, everybody was talking about it and I had no idea what it was. Everyone's like, West Marches, we're going to do West Marches. We're going to do West Marches. And I was like, what does this mean? And then a little Google search later, I'm like, oh, that means there's tables and people can go in and out. This is awesome. Yeah.
Girl Sam.
Yeah. Less Sam for sure.
I think you were definitely not alone. I think there was just a massive spike in what is a West Marches campaign, like right after the announcement.
Yeah.
You've brought awareness to a lot of people. I want to ask then, if people still want a little more time, you can chime in later if you want to talk about your characters more. I have all the time in the world. Well, actually, I have 10 minutes, but I wanted to ask what it's like to have the passing of the torch in terms of the Dungeon Master. Obviously, we have Brennan, this is your debut as kind of the mainline campaign DM. We have Matt in the player seat. So I wanted to ask, obviously, Brennan, from your perspective, what that is like. You've already mentioned you are giving a bit of a homage to Exandria, but for everyone else, what is it like having your former Dungeon Master at the table as well?
I'll say I've been playing with Matt for years before Critical Role, and I've never seen him play because no one is interested in playing at a table with him unless he's in charge. This feels like a Christmas gift to him. I am so excited. And I feel like Brennan is the only person who could have given this gift to him. And I don't get to play with a lot of DMs in general, but I've gotten to play with Brennan, and it is such a delight and so captivating. And I just am so excited that I get to actually sit with Matt and have him, we get to talk about what might happen, as opposed to me talking to him and him going, I don't know, maybe not, you don't know. And finally we can actually connect about it. I'm really excited.
I think I've known, most of us have known Matt forever and ever and ever, and I've directed him, I've acted with him, I've been in games that he's run. I've run a few games for him, and he's just incredibly talented and creative. And this is just a slight, one step to the left, doing the same kind of creative work with him. And I think we haven't made a secret of how tickled we all are by his shenanigans at the table so far. As far as working with Brennan, one of the greatest things, and this has been said in other interviews with Critical Role, but one of the greatest things for us, I think, over the last decade is, as we've continued to grow and do more things, we get to work with so many different kinds of talent and artists. And it's the best part of what we do, is collaborating with incredible people. So this is true of Brennan and everybody who's on this Zoom, and the ones who were in Zooms the other day. It's just a joy to be creative and do it with friends that you know and you trust. And Brennan, for Matt's like massive empathetic heart, that's what leaps to mind when I think of Matt. Brennan, I just think of like Machiavellian intelligence and intensity, and it is just a blast to sort of like grab onto the side of the rocket and go for the trip.
Doing the steeple in the corner there, I see.
It's a signature. Actually, contractually, all DMs are sort of obliged to steeple. You got to do at least one steeple per interview.
Hopefully those compliments buy me at least a half a campaign of life.
I want to add to this, because Taliesin and I were in a game before any of this was happening where Matt TPK'd us. And so the biggest thing that I'm so excited about, having played with Brennan before and seeing how dark you can go, I really, really, really want to see Matt suffer as a player at the hands of Brennan, because it would be so satisfying for me, given what he put us through, all in jest, of course. So I'm looking forward to sort of like a revenge through Brennan on Matt for what he did to us so long ago. Right, Taliesin? Right?
I hadn't thought of it that way. That's delightful. That was really upsetting.
It was.
Oh, man. Knives out.
Oh,
I love it so much. I can only imagine Luis and Travis and the rest of our crew who played in Calamity watching Divergence as me and Liam are giving this like beautiful love letter to Matt, being like, "It was you built the world, we love you," and all the Calamity people being like, "What the hell, man? You murdered us.
Rip off his face.
Rip someone's face off, man. Bring that guy back."
I am actually running out of time here, so I'll go to one last thing for Brennan. Like I said, you've just had everyone stroke your ego, beg for mercy, beg for suffering. How are you feeling about this new endeavor? Is it just a shift to the left for you to be DMing Critical Role, or is it a
hardly
endeavor?
I would there is nothing slight about it. It is I think it's funny because I've had multiple people check in on me because of the Herculean epicness of this undertaking. I get more people than I would like, frankly, being like, "Are you okay, man?" And I have to keep reporting to people that my mental health is at an all-time high, because this is my favorite thing in the world, and I get to play this game with these amazing people, and it is. I really am just. October 2nd seems so close, and yet also so far away. I'm so eager to share this world and these incredible characters with everybody. Matt, to answer your previous question as well, what I owe to Matt and what I think so many people owe to Matt, one of my first bonding moments with Marisha when she came as a guest on a sort of little video podcast that I do called Adventuring Academy, we were commiserating because it was just after, it's very recent, so many years ago now, the first instance that someone had used the term the Mercer effect. And I had read it, and I didn't know Marisha very well, but I saw that term, and I was like, well, the Mercer effect is that he's the most wonderful saint-like human being. And I joked to Marisha, one of the first things she said is I walked in, I said, I saw that thing. And I turned to her and I went, well, I'll tell you what the Mercer effect is. Me and all my friends having a fucking job. That's the Mercer effect. And you know, I don't know. From the moment I met him when I was a part-time question writer on him, actually, Matt has been the kindest, the most supportive and engaging. The fact that he shared Exandria and getting to do the prequel history series, the trilogy in Exandria. If I can return a fraction of the kindness to Matt that he has shown to me, it will mean the world to me to be able to do that. And yeah, I'm definitely going to kill some of these guys. I mean, that's for sure. I mean, guaranteed, man. I'm looking at some of them right now. They don't even know that they don't even know.